Alright, this is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, your net control station for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. We're going to begin in just a moment. I just got one little tiny thing I have to do, which won't take long at all. Probably just a minute or two, but I promise it won't take long. KJ7 almost standing by for the net. Alright, looks like everything is done. Let's get this net started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. My name is Kimberly. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar is my call sign, and my pronouns are she, her. I am your net control operator for this net. This is a roundtable, general discussion, and rag-chew net, and all calls should go through the net control station. This net meets every Sunday at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time. Before we begin, do we have any emergency or other priority traffic?
PrideNet, am I in the right place?
Alright, sorry about that. I had a little hiccup here on my end, and I also forgot to connect the VK2RLT repeater, but I have that connected, so I'm gonna go ahead and restart the net here. Alright, actually, we'll just carry on where I was. This net, by the way, for those on the repeater that I just connected, I am Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, pronouns are she, her, name is Kimberly, and now that I've ID'd on that repeater, we can carry on. This net provides a safe place for the members of the this net provides a safe place for members of the LGBTQIA+ community as well as their allies to hang out over the airwaves. This net, as well as the network it's hosted on, is open to all licensed amateur radio operators. No membership is necessary, and we welcome third-party traffic as well. Speaking Speaking of memberships, the Pride Radio Group provides an inclusive environment for all to learn, experiment, and enjoy radio communications by encouraging, promoting, and supporting diversity with the wider radio community, sharing our experiences and learnings with the community, and celebrating and embracing Pride on the air. For more information about the Pride Radio Group and how to join, plus gain access to our Discord chat room, head on over to prideradio.group. That is prideradio.group. Or you can also check out Victor Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf or Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf on QRZ. Membership is free and all are welcome, regardless of who you are and who you love. Unless you hate us, of course. This net is being relayed on the various nodes, talk groups, and reflectors of the Pride Radio Network and affiliated systems, including All-Star, Echolink, IRLP, DMR, YSF Reflector, Wires X, M17, NXDN, P25, and D-Star, as well as various RF repeaters around the world, and is also streamed live on my YouTube channel by searching for my call sign, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, as well as Broadcastify and Icecast. For more information on how you can connect to this network, visit prideradionetwork.com. That is prideradionetwork.com. And finally, you can also track and follow this net by downloading NetLogger on Windows, Linux, or Mac OS from netlogger.org. That is netlogger.org. This software allows you to log in and see a list of call signs being populated in real time, and you can follow along with the net. And if you have an Android device, you may download a more limited version of NetLogger called NetScraper. NetScraper on Android, which allows you to see a list of call signs and not much else. Alrighty, with that being said, do we have any news, announcements, or other items of business for the Net and the Pride Radio Group?
Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta. Pronoun to him, and you can check me in while you're at it, but I do have some news.
All right, go ahead with your announcement, Tony.
Yeah, just to let everyone know that the M17 reflector, after a considerable period of testing, is now up and running on the new server using the latest reflector software that's only been out a few weeks, and that seems to be up and running quite well. I might even come up on it in a later over, but yeah, it has been working quite well over the last few days. And I have started steps to migrating the D-Star reflector to the new server. D-Star's the last mode to be put on the new system, and then everything's all up and running on the one system, and I can start decommissioning some redundant machines. KJ7 AMO with the group VK3JD.
Alrighty, VK3JED KJ7OMO returning. Thank you for your announcement. That sounds like some really awesome stuff, and I'll go ahead and mark you in as a check-in. Before we continue on, do we have any other news, items of business, or announcements for the Net and the Pride Radio Group? Already hearing nothing. let's start taking in some check-ins. Let's start off with mobile, short on time, or in and out stations. So if you're mobile, don't have much time, or if you just want to pop in for a quick hello before popping out, you may come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar once again. My pronouns are she, her, and I'll stand by for check-ins from mobile, short on time, and in and out stations. Alrighty, hearing none from that group, let's open it up to anyone, anywhere. So, anyone, anywhere, if you'd like to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, all I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. Alright, let's see who's out there.
Hi, this is Rain, Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima. That's Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima. My pronouns are they, she, and I'm just checking in. Happy to be here.
November 4th, checking in. Pronoun she, her, N4 NYX.
Alright, so far on the list we have Victor Kilo 3 Juliet Echo Delta, Kilo Echo 8 Papa Hotel Lima, November 4 November Yankee X-Ray, got you 3 down on the list. Do we have anyone else wishing to check in at this time?
Hello, Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot, Quebec. That's Kilo 6, Golf Foxtrot, Quebec. Pronouns they or he.
This is KC3VIU, KC3VIU, Kilo Charlie 3, Victor Indigo Uniform, CV. Pronouns are she, her. This is my first time on the net. Back to net control.
Alrighty, we have Kilo Charlie 3 Victor India Uniform, got you down. And just to confirm, Kilo Golf 6 Golf Foxtrot Quebec, did I got that call sign correct?
That is correct. Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot, and it is my first time on the net as well. Thanks for hosting this.
Alright, awesome sauce. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in at this time?
Yakovic City, see him, and in and out.
Alright, station in Sydney, could you please repeat your call sign again? You got cut out.
In and out.
Alright, the network is, I think your connection is going in and out there. Could you try one more time, please?
VK2BSD, Victor Kilo 2, Bravo Sierra Delta, Victor Kilo 2, Bravo Sierra Delta, in and out.
All right, Victor Kilo 2, Bravo Sierra Delta, got you down finally, and you are in and out. All right, well, thank you so much for stopping by, and 7-3 to you, and you're more than welcome to check back in anytime, and we'll put you back on the list exactly where you checked in at. All right, let's see if we have anybody else out there wishing to check in. All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, she, her, and I'll stand by for more check-ins. Oh, wow, this is a pretty good start. Alrighty, well, looks like we have a fairly good start to the net, so we're gonna go ahead and toss the hot mic over to Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. The mic is yours.
Yeah, g'day all, and what can I say? Yeah, it would be hot. The path that would have to come, it would get rather hot on re-entry, landing on this end from that part of the world. Yeah, so I couldn't resist a little nerdy humour. Yeah, all good here. A rather warm and sunny day, showing at 30 degrees Celsius, 86 for you lot in the States. And there's still a fair bit more heating to go, expecting 34 today, and then 35 tomorrow, and we're going to stay above 30 all week. So summer's finally arrived, and yeah, I think this would be my first net for the year, because it's last week I was at the pros, and yeah, I did check in briefly. That's right, yeah, I did check in on M17 briefly. I was still on the old reflector, but yeah, I couldn't sort of stick around too much. There was a bit going on, but quiet one today. Got another quiet one next week, and then after that I'm going to get very thin on the ground for the net until around about April sometime. Yeah, my appearances will be very sporadic in that 2 to 2.5 months as the peak of the summer track season hits. What have I been up to? Well, I did mention upgrading the M17 reflector, and yeah, D-Star's got to be migrated next to finish it off, and I see a new M17 dashboard's just come out, so that Docker image has got to be upgraded already, but it is a fast-moving target, so not unexpected. Anyway, that'll do for this round. KJ7RMO with the group, VK3JD.
Alrighty, VK3JEDKG7OMO returning. Sounds like you got a lot to do, but hey, it's all in good fun, and no problem on the sporadic activity. Anyways, we're gonna toss it over to Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. The mic is yours.
Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima. Hi, everyone. I don't really know what to say. It's 2100 over here. I'm in so-called Ohio. It's starting to get a bit chilly, but it's still way too hot for winter, you know, so that's concerning. But also it's nice to be able to, like, go outside and be a little bit comfortable, so, you know, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. This is kind of my first time. I heard about this group because I was on Mastodon complaining about the lack of inclusivity of, you know, ham as a hobby in general and the lack of diversity, to put it lightly. And I got referred to this group, so I am really happy to be here, really excited to be here, and, you know, I feel like I'm starting to see the coolness that amateur radio can actually be. So, nice to meet everybody. And, again, my name is Rain, my pronouns are they, she, and my call sign is Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima. Over.
Alrighty, Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, returning. Alright, well, we're glad that you've, made the post on Mastodon, and glad that, that the post you made resulted in you finding our network and you hanging out with us. That is so awesome. We're happy to provide a network for the for all of the marginalized communities to be able to hang out and be themselves without any worry. Of course, we do occasionally get the rotten person that would connect to our network, but if that does happen, all that needs to be done is just to let any of us know, and we'll be pretty quick to throw them off the network and block them from ever connecting. Anyways, we're glad that you're here, and yeah, we'll call you back in just a little bit. For right now, we're going to toss the hot microphone over to November 4, November, Yankee X-Ray, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Can definitely understand the comments about inclusivity in amateur radio, and to feed off of what Rain said there, it's partly why I'm trying to infiltrate my local club and do a few things to at least be visible, or at least push for some more inclusivity in that group. It can be a little bit difficult if you're anything other than cisgendered white man in the hobby sometimes. Hi. We'll toss that back up to net control, and this is N4NYX.
N4NYX KJ7OMO returning. Yes, cisgender white men complaining about a lot of different things. Complaining about our community and complaining about this and that. Wow. Good news is there's not very many of them there, so yeah, we don't have to worry much about them. Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot Quebec, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, over to you.
Thank you. This is Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot Quebec. I also found this net thanks to Rain's post on Mastodon, and I'm very grateful for it, as had my license for probably 20 years now, and I finally feel like there's a part of the community that maybe I can relate to. I'm in Northern California, and it's chilly and cold, at least for Northern California, and a bit rainy, but we've got an avocado tree that's a winter fruiting avocado, so we're at least getting some nice fruit at the moment. I think that's all I have to say, so back to net control. This is KG6GIQ.
Alright, Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot, Quebec, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Well, welcome aboard, and we're glad you found us. And, we'll of course call you back in just a little bit. For right now, we're gonna toss it over to Kilo Charlie 3, Victor India Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss the mic over to you.
Hi, this is KC3VIU, Kilo Charlie 3, Victor Indigo Uniform, BB, she, her, and yeah, I'm on the net thanks to Sarah. I took my technician and general class test about 3 weeks ago, and she was one of the VEs, and afterwards I posted, because, you know, I don't hide my pride well at all. You know, I posted on the message where everybody was congratulating me, the transgender pride flag, and I got a message back, and I'm so grateful to her for that. To find some pride net, it seems to me that the most common word I've heard on some of the local nets in general, well, I should say the local nets outside of general discussion. No, I'm sorry. Outside of the local nets, as a part of general discussion, are the words concealed carry and a couple other things. And it's like, okay, well, you know, not really my thing. But at any rate, there were some other very good conversations, but it does seem like it's a more common word around here. So, gee, I could just talk forever. But anyway, I think I've covered some of the basics. Back to net.
Alrighty, Phoebe. Well, welcome to the ham radio hobby. Congratulations for getting your ticket a few weeks ago, and yeah, welcome to the net and the network. Glad to have you here. Glad you found us, and yeah. Like everyone else, we're gonna call you back in just a little bit. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list. Once again, acknowledging VK2 Bravo Sierra Delta for the in and out 7-3 once again. And now we're at the bottom of the list. Let's see if we have anybody else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. And if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, she, her, and we'll be standing by for more check-ins. Alright, do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in at this time before we toss it back up to the top? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for anyone else wishing to check in to the net. Come on, folks, let's get some more check-ins. All right, hearing crickets at this time, we're going to toss it back up to Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. The mic is yours.
Yeah, this goes. That's working. Yeah, just on M17 at the moment. Thought I'd switch modes and come up here on the new reflector, just to show it is working. Yeah, if you do connect, you may have to update your and then it'll work once the hosts are up to date. It was a few days ago that I made the switch across. And what else has been happening there? Well, I'm sort of still on limited operations, but I've got the hotspots up. I've got to fix the jack. It's been out in the weather, and one of the bracing boards has fallen apart, being only chipboard. So it's I've got to get a new piece and nail that in, and then that should be good as new, and then I can get some local hands to get some antennas in the sky. Yeah, been in the new house for a couple of weeks now. Certainly much better than the old one, but yeah, it needs to be set up for radio now. But the hotspots through the Shari before, and I can do Fusion and B-Star as well. So yeah, it's all there, and once I've got the desk set up, I can set up the M17, and I can actually run M17 over RF instead of DroidStar. So yeah, slow progress, but eventually I'm looking and then fit halfway to HF. Should be able to get one up here, and yeah, that'll finish the station off. I can see what this FT8 thing's all about. Can't see myself getting hooked on it for long, but I at least want to have a play with it. But I'm more likely to get hooked on JS8 call, and I know SSTV is addictive locations. And I am fished in the mail, but yeah, not the typical one. So yeah, I try and be as inclusive as everyone as I can. KJ7R with the group, VK3JD.
Alright, VK3JED KJ7OMO returning. Well, you were cutting in and out quite a lot during your transmission, but I did got the gist of it. Alrighty, JS8 call, pretty awesome. One of these days I want to do a net over JS8 just to see what happens. And when the solar psych conditions get and atmospheric conditions get really, really, really good, I want to see if I can do an HF version of this net on voice and see what happens. But that's later on down the road. We, of course, will always have the repeater version of the net. Hi. That will never change. And who knows, maybe we could combine the two, like HF and repeater. We'll have to figure things out on that. Anyways, Kilo Echo 8 Papa Hotel Lima, we'll toss the mic over to you. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar.
Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima. Hi again, everyone. Dee Dee, congratulations on being licensed. That's so awesome. It's a good feeling, and big clap for you. Sarah, I believe it was, said that she also found my post, or found this group by my post. So, you know, if that's true, that's cool. If I got the wrong person, then I'm sorry. My memory sucks sometimes. Yeah, so that's just really cool and awesome. And that's all I got. Back to you, Control.
Alrighty, not a problem. November 4, November Yankee X-Ray, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss the mic over to you.
Yep, we'll provide a correction. It wasn't me who joined the group from that. I'm here for a good few months already. I believe it was KG6GSQ who found the Mastodon post and joined on over, but sort of reminds me when it was Trans Awareness Week and I was sending out some SSTV, there was at least one person who joined the group during that week based off of the SSTV transmissions going over the air, and there was a Twitter bot, actually, that was hooked up to a radio and automatically tweeting out the what it received on SSTV, and that I think was specifically what caught someone. So I don't know, whenever we pop up on social media, I suppose it's a good thing there to gain some interest. That's it for me, and for NYX, tossing it back to Net Control.
November 4, November Yankee X-Ray, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, your Net Control station are returning. Yes, SSTV. I a bunch of times transmitted the pride flag via 20-meter SSTV, and that one Twitter bot actually captured my SSTV and blasted it out to all of Twitter, and boy, oh boy, did I got quite the attention from that. Woo! And another bot, I think an Australian-based bot, I think this second bot from Australia is hosted by a member of the Pride Radio group, and their bot also captured my SSTV image as well. So, yeah. Pretty cool. And once in a while, I'll still throw out the pride flag SSTV, just for the heck of it. And if I'm not throwing out the pride flag, I'm throwing out a Rickroll instead. Hi. But it's usually the pride flag that I throw out into the airwaves. Alright, Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot Quebec, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll send it back to you.
Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot Quebec here. Yeah, that was me who found the Mastodon post. Like, it was coming at a time when a bunch of different things on Mastodon were talking about, or at least that I was following, were talking about inclusivity and ham radio, and it's kind of neat to see. Let's see. I'm taking notes over here so I can keep track of who said what, so I'm not surprised that you were tracking which person it was. I'm not used to being on that, so I'm getting back in the swing of things, I guess. Yeah, that's all I got to say for now. Thanks.
And for those of you who are on YouTube, you may also check in via the comment section or the live chat on YouTube, live chat, and we'll check you in that way as well. Already, Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot Quebec, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, returning. Alrighty, yeah, it's a good idea to, take some notes so you could, keep track of everything. I should start doing that because I very easily lose track. Alright, Kilo Charlie 3, Victor India Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss the hot mic back to you.
This is KC3VIU. I just wanted to let you know there appears to be somebody else waiting on the network. I'll toss back to net control so you can call for additional check-ins.
Alright, copy that. KC3VIU, KJ7OMO returning. Not a problem. I always call for new check-ins at the end of the list. And speaking of being at the end of the list, we're there. So, do we have anybody else wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Pronouns are she, her, and I'll be standing by for more check-ins.
KJ7OMO, please check in. Alpha Echo 4, Whiskey X-Ray. Alpha Echo 4, Whiskey X-Ray.
And this is N3 VEM, November 3, Victor Echo Mike, Vance, he, him.
Alright, we have Alpha Echo 4 Whiskey X-Ray and November 3 Victor Echo Mike. Got you both down. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in at this time? Alright, Alpha Echo 4 Whiskey X-Ray. We'll toss it over to you. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Good evening, Kimberly, and everybody on the net. This is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. Pronouns are he, him, his. And I'm in West End, North Carolina. And I'm so glad y'all are still here. It just dawned on me that a few minutes ago, I was like, wait a minute, the net's on. And I'd been caught up in something else, had no idea what time it was. And so glad I was able to come by and check in. So I won't keep the net waiting, but just, thank you all for being here. And, for those of you out there in California, be safe and stay dry, 73. I'll turn it back to you, Kimberly. KJ7OMO, this is AE4WX.
Alright, AE4WX KJ7OMO returning. Well, the net is gonna keep going for a while, so, if you'd like to remain on it, I'll go ahead and, leave you checked in. Would you like to, remain checked in, or would you like to, check out?
Well, I'll go ahead and check out for tonight, but I'm going to stick around longer next weekend. So, but thank you. Y'all have a great evening. 73, AE4WX.
All right, AE4WXKJ70MO returning. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, and 7-3 to you. November 3, Victor Echo Mike. We'll toss it over to you. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Hey, good evening, everybody. This is N3VEM Vance, and yeah, I was actually glad that you were still on this evening too. Well, it was basically a tussle getting all the kids bathed and in bed, and a couple of them wanted to start a movie, and just sat down in the shack and turned on the radio and heard that everybody was still on. So I was glad everybody was here so I could pop on, and I did pull up NetLogger, and I see that Phoebe is marked as a new ham is in Stevens. So Phoebe is like, I don't know, if I could throw a baseball really, really hard, I might be able to throw it that far. Maybe not quite, but very close to me. So I'll have to ask when it's Phoebe's turn if Phoebe's connected in via the network, or if she happened to actually stumble across my repeater here that I have running, if that's the way she's coming in. But yeah, other than that, had a busy day. I had a birthday party this morning and was fixing our pellet stove that we heat with this afternoon, and so kind of glad to be into my pajamas and plunked down in the shack for the evening. So I'll hang around as long as the kids aren't pestering and needing things. Back to net, N3VEM.
All right, N3VEM KJ70MO returning. Well, glad you finally was able to make it, and yeah, we're gonna keep the net going for a while longer, since we got plenty of folks to keep it going. All right. Before I toss it back up to the top, was there anyone else out there wishing to check in at this time? All right, hearing nothing, we're going to toss it back up to Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Yeah, okay, Kimberly, and certainly good to see the number of stations we got on the net. I did log into Echolink briefly before. Some of the people there might have seen me just to see if the server was running, and I saw there's quite a few of the people on the net are checked in via Echolink. So nice to know that's working and still up and running. Yeah, that can, unfortunately, because of All-Star bugs and issues, that needs a little bit of watching. But since I reset it earlier in the week, it's so far stayed up. I'm hoping Ray VK2 GPU can offer a more permanent fix, but there she's doing that project in the background on a slow burn, so it'll take however long it takes. And the current setup will do for now. But yeah, it's good to see. Looks like I'm the only one currently checked in that's not in the US. So yeah, I get to enjoy the warm weather and the long days of summer, and yeah, how can I make you lot envious? Yeah, I do like this time of year. Yeah, Christmas on a stinking hot day is pretty normal for us. And yeah, I didn't stay up for New Year's this year because I had a pro race on New Year's Day, but the previous years stay up on a warm evening until midnight. Stay outside unless the mozzies are eating you. And yeah, watch the fireworks. But yeah, I turned in early, as well as being run down from the move, which is still, you know, like a bit of a hangover. Yeah, I need to be up early and head across to Maryborough, an hour's drive away to race. So yeah, that was my start of the year. for next time. KJ7RMO with the group VK3JD.
VK3JED KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, watch out for them alligators. Hi. You definitely don't want to bite them. Alright. Kilo Echo 8 Papa Hotel Lima. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss it over to you.
Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima. Pen and paper, understood. I have it now, along with a cup of tea. So I am very comfy and I'm very happy, and I got call signs written down. So, yeah, that's, I very much apologize for misattributing that, and yeah, I'm just, either way, I'm glad I got you over here from Mastodon. But anyways, yeah, I don't have anything else to say except that I am indeed jealous of the Southern Hemisphere. I wish that, you know, I could have like another house down there so I could just like move there in winter and it could be just summer all the time for me. That'd be neat, but I don't have that kind of money, so I'll keep dreaming. Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima, they, she pronouns. Back to you next.
Kilo Echo 8 Papa Hotel Lima, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Yeah, that would be nice to be able to afford to travel to the land down under during our winter time and their summer, and travel back during their winter and our summer. That would be awesome, but unfortunately, travel is super expensive. Oh, how I wish the teleporter was somehow invented. That way we could just instantly teleport over there, and when we're done, we can instantly teleport back. That would be so awesome. Anyways, we'll toss the mic over to November 4, November Yankee X-Ray, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar.
Oh, let's see. This round, I suppose I'll give compliments to November 3 Victor Echo Mike for having a repeater up and running. Still would like to do that here in the local area, maybe at the house or maybe off at another site if I can manage to get permission to install something. Around the house would be a little bit difficult though, with so many different things running and not wanting to get crosstalk down one antenna from the other antenna doing its own thing. Hi. But otherwise, yeah, compliments over that way, and we'll toss that back up to net control. This is N4 NYX.
N4 NYX KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, copy that. I need to try and get my repeater back up and running, but I haven't been able to do that because I don't have any radios that are suitable for use as a repeater. I mean, I was hoping that the two Bofang radios that I had would work, but I just had one problem after another with them, and it was just too much of a hassle to get that to work. So, yeah, my repeater is gonna remain off the air until I'm able to somehow find some radios that will work as repeaters, of course. Perhaps one day. Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot Quebec. We'll toss the mic back to you. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. This is Kilo Golf 6 Golf Foxtrot Quebec. Thank you. Yeah, I had the great good fortune to travel to Australia for a summer there once when I was enough to qualify for their working holiday visa, which was a lot of fun. Got to hang out in the sun and fruit while the Southern Hemisphere was having its winter. But that's only a one-time thing for people in the U.S. And I'm curious to know, I and most other people are connecting through Echolink, but I'm curious to know how other folks are connecting to the network. I know that there are other options, but I don't know much about all of the internet linking stuff that exists these days, so I'd like to hear more about that from anyone who's willing to share. This is KG6GFQ out.
Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot Quebec, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, returning. I myself am talking through All-Star at the moment. Let's see, Tony, I think, was coming in through M17 and Echolink. I think he's coming in through DMR now, I'm not sure, or maybe he's still going in through Echolink, I'm not sure. Let's see, Rain, I don't know what network Rain is coming from, because I am not looking at the control panel at the moment. I know Sarah is coming in via FreeDMR. I'm not, and let's see, the Kilo Golf 6 station and Phoebe, I don't know what network they're coming in on because I haven't checked, and I know N3VEM is coming in via All-Star. But our network is it is available on All-Star, Echolink, IRLP, DMR, System Fusion, which includes YSF Reflector and WiresX, M17, NXDN, P25, and D-Star. And here, sometime in the near future, we're going to add Peanut to the list of available options to connect. But yeah, I mean, yeah, to answer, I'll go ahead and let the others answer your question on what network they're coming in on. How about that? Anyways, Kilo Charlie 3, Victor India Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss it over to you.
Thank you, Kimberly. KC3VIU. I wanted to mention that for Anthony, excuse me, great time to get a frog in my throat. Wanted to mention that I'm a big fan of the Geelong Cats, and I have a cap and a keychain from them, and I watch them whenever I get the chance to, so go Cats. I love footy. And also the gentleman Whitmer, yes, I'll get my glove and you can chuck the ball up this way. Just let me know when so I can step outside to catch it. And I would like to know about what repeater that you're speaking of. I don't have information on the repeater that seems to be active right now on the net. I have my HT and I was scanning the band. And I am coming in through Echolink right now. And the last question I have is, I've heard several people say the expression hi, and I'm just curious as to what that is. Being new to this, but I've been listening to Nets for a while. And the last comment I have is, it really has been a long time in coming for me to get my ticket. I've been studying and been interested since I was in roughly like 3rd or 4th grade, which would have been roughly in the late 1970s. And I just was always embarrassed if what would happen if I took the test and failed, and was always embarrassed about it. And so, having come out as transgender and realizing that, my self-confidence is boosted up so much that I don't really feel that failure anymore. I fear it, and so here I am. Looking forward to getting my extra class sometime, and after I get some more experience. So back to net control. Thank you.
Kilo Charlie 3 Victor India Uniform Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar returning to answer your question about hi Hotel India is the amateur radio equivalent of laughing out loud. Lima Oscar Lima LOL laughing out loud. Hi. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. And, yeah, coming out as trans is also a huge confidence boost for me as well. Especially after taking those, hormones that, change your body from, one, sex to another. That really helps quite a ton. And I've been doing that for a little over 2 years now, and let me tell you, I'm a much better person now than I was prior to starting. So yeah, it's definitely a huge confidence boost, and also a boost in other awesome things as well. Anyways, November 3, Victor Echo Mike, we'll toss it over to you. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, I'll probably keep this transmission short, but I'll still be around. The baby just stirred, so I'm bouncing the baby a little bit while I chat now. But Phoebe, yeah, to answer your question, in Stevens, you're probably a little bit outside of range of an HT. It might even be outside of a range of a rooftop antenna too. I know the furthest that I talk to anybody locally up that direction is up like Akron, Ephrata area. So you might be just a little bit of outrange of the machine, but it's 444.200 if you ever want to scan around and see if you can hear this repeater from there. It's one that I put up not too terribly long ago. So yeah, Sarah out in Colorado Springs, if you ever decide to take the plunge, or Kimberly, if you ever want to mess with getting yours back up, I can certainly share tips and experience from getting this one up. I actually lucked out on the repeater itself. The machine is a Motorola GR1225. They were a very popular desktop repeater used in like a lot of like businesses or like college campuses and stuff. They were popular for that type of use, and you can find them online for not too much money compared to buying a new repeater, but they're still a little pricey, a few $100s for the repeater, and then until you get a little All-Star interface and a Pi or something if you want to connect it up via All-Star. But it's pretty straightforward stuff. I just happened to luck out in that the company I work for was getting rid of this one, and it was literally on its way to a dumpster, and I went, hold on, I can use that. So it basically got saved from a dumpster, and now I have it on the air. But yeah, I'll kick it back to you, and I'll be around for a couple more yet. N3 VEM.
N3 VEM KJ7 OMO returning. Now that is freaking awesome. You were able to save a repeater from the landfills. Oh wow, that is amazing. And also being able to repurpose that commercial repeater for ham radio use. That's even better. I wonder how I could luck out like that and get and obtain a repeater like how you did. I wonder how I can do that too. I guess I just have to look for a company that's wanting to ditch their stuff. All right. We're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have anybody else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, pronouns are she, her, and I will be standing by for more check-ins to the net. Alright, do we have anyone else out there wishing to check into the net at this time? Alright. Well, if you're not able to check in via the airwaves, you can also check in via Mastodon, the YouTube live stream, and also by sending me an email, kj7omo@gmail.com, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar @gmail.com, and we'll get you checked in. And for those of you who are just out there listening in, but you don't have your amateur radio license yet, I encourage you all to get your license and get on the air so you can join in on the fun. All you have to do is search Google for amateur radio in your country and how to get a license, and that will direct you in the right direction. Or if you're in the United States, you could head on over to hamstudy.org. That is hamstudy.org. Hotel Alpha Mike Sierra Tango Uniform Delta Yankee.org. And from there you will get started with the technician class exam. Get started with that first, because you have no choice. And then once you're ready, you can move up to your general. And if you're feeling brave, you could do your extra as well. But do get started with technician first. And once you're ready, you could book an official exam over Zoom, or you could go in person to wherever that is that they do exams in your area, and get that ticket and join us on the air, and also do other fun stuff as well. So be sure to get your licenses if you'd like to have fun. Anyways, we're going to toss it back up to Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. The mic is yours.
Here again, and yep, that's working. To answer the question of where I'm coming in on, well, I've changed. For most of the net, I've been on All-Star through my Shari on 441 250, which is an odd frequency for here, but I had to move it away from all the other stuff that's around 438, 439 region. And I had one over on M17. Looks like we've got some Wi-Fi issues. I'll have to see what's going on there, reconfigure a couple of things maybe. And now I'm on D-Star. Just picked up the D-Star radio and coming in through XLX432 Delta. This is how easy it is to swap modes. I can hear myself coming back on All-Star. So, you can mix and match your modes as you see fit. Use whatever radio I do suggest, but you don't, if you've got fancy things like the OpenSpot 4 Pro, you don't use the onboard transcoding facilities. You'll just ruin your audio quality unnecessarily because our network does all the transcoding for you. So anyway, that's where I'm coming in. KJ7RMO with the Group EK3JD on D-Star, and I might switch modes for the next over.
VK3JED KJ7OMO returning. You're sounding mighty good on D-Star. No complaints whatsoever. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to what mode you try out on the next round. All right, Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss it back to you.
Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima. I'm on Echolink. And that's basically what I think I'll probably be using for a little while. I might get brave and try out some other stuff, so, and maybe see what I can do with, my Baofeng or something. But for now, this works. I'm having fun with it. Totally jealous that, someone found a repeater in the dumpster. That's really cool. I used to actually dumpster dive, because I thought it was just really cool, some of the stuff you find, and I have never found anything that cool, so that's awesome. I found some cool stuff, but never a repeater. That would be nifty. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Totally agree with you about Ham Study. That's amazing. They also have an Android app. It's if you want to learn your stuff, that's a good way. It'll go over the questions with you. You'll memorize them, and then if you're like me, where it's okay, I don't want to just know the answer. I want to nerd out and totally dive into a rabbit hole. They'll actually explain the answer and maybe even have some links so you can begin your rabbit hole dive. So definitely check that out. And let's get lots of new hams, especially queer hams. That's great. Very exciting. Over.
Yes, indeed. Let's get some more new hams joining the hobby, especially the queer hams. Especially our fellow queer folks. Let's get some more people on and let's take over ham radio and yeah, just take over ham radio and claim it from the cishet folks who wanna try and chase us away. They're never gonna chase us away. Oh no, the more they push against us, the more we will push back against them. Yeah, we're here to stay. We are here to stay for sure. All right, November 4, November Yankee X-Ray. We'll toss it over to you. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Yeah, I can definitely say that I'm jealous too of finding repeater hardware in the dumpster there. When it comes to my own repeater ambitions, it looks to be more likely that I can homebrew something with a receiver and a probably go for the UHF bands as well, since there's more open coordination pairs up there than crowding the VHF spectrum some more. I have played around with using the Raspberry Pi as a repeater controller so far, and can get my base rig working as a crossband repeater with that setup, but definitely not a firm situation there, though. Sometimes I might leave it on one of the hotspot channels as a simplex Echolink node or something along those lines. That's been my experience so far there, but definitely would be nice to find some dedicated hardware for a repeater project at one point or another. Let's see. yes, timeout on the radio. So that'll be my fine pass back to net control. This is N4NYX.
Oh, N4 NYX KJ7 OMO returning. To be honest, I'm also jealous too. I'm just jealous that, Vance was able to rescue that repeater from somebody that would have thrown it away. Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot Quebec, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
This is KG6GFQ. I love good dumpster diving stories, but I don't think I have anything to add this round, so back to net control. This is Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot Quebec.
Not a problem. We'll toss it over to Kilo Charlie 3, Victor India Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
This is KC3VIU. I wanted to mention to Vance I was able to hear the repeater. It's very much fringe reception. Still not. I mean, I understand the 5x5 thing, but I'm still working at the values for those. Even though I work in testing, it's a little bit. Sometimes the what's good can be subjective. I'll get good with that at the time. But right now, I'd say it's fringe. I can hear the things being transmitted, and I can definitely hear Kimberly when she's talking. But other voices are a little bit more difficult. This is with an indoor antenna using a cookie sheet as a ground plane on top of my lamp inside my bedroom. So, it's a little cobbled together, but I think that's what we hams like to do best until we can, get something more advanced going. Let's see. I think that was it. So back to net control. Thank you for the time.
KC3VIU, KJ7OMO returning. Well, that is pretty darn good news. That means with an outdoor antenna, such as, for example, the Comet Golf Papa 3, or some antenna that you would, or any other antenna, including an antenna that you would make on your own, any kind of outdoor antenna, should be able to pick up that repeater clear as a bell, and you'll be able to transmit into it. Information on how you can connect to that repeater can be found on either the PrideRadioNetwork.com website or through November 3 Victor Echo Mike's blog. He has details about how to connect to his repeater on there as well. And including all the DTMF stuff that you could punch in and remotely control the repeater if you want. Alright, N3VEM KJ7OMO. We'll toss the mic over to you.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, I was gonna say if I'm just tickled pink that you're able to hear the machine on your indoor antenna on a cookie sheet. That means it's reaching a little bit further up that way than I expected. So, hey, to me that's good news. So I appreciate the signal report. And yeah, the signal reports are all they're very arbitrary anyway. Especially if you end up getting into HF stuff. It's very subjective, and even signal strength reports that you hear, a lot of radios will give different signal strength readings depending on if you have preamplifiers on and stuff. So, my radio might say S9 and your radio might say S2 for the same strength of signal. So, it's yeah, I wouldn't get too hung up over it. Most people just kind of ballpark it and say 5.9 if it sounds great, and they say 5.5 if it's something in the middle, and then they just kind of go down from there. So I wouldn't stress too much over the numbers because they are somewhat arbitrary anyway. And yeah, it was. I mean, as far as dumpster dive finds, it was really lucking out. The kind of like the deeper backstory to that is the company I work for is not involved in communications in any way, but we do work in commercial buildings, and we had a contract at a fairly large hospital out towards Philly, and essentially they had bought this repeater because our handheld walkie-talkies that we used, basically it just didn't work through the whole hospital. It was so big, and a lot of, it was kind of downtown, so basically the company had bought this repeater, installed it at the hospital so that our radios would work while we were at the hospital. And, a number of years later, we lost the contract, pulled all the equipment out, and then all the narrowbanding stuff for commercial rules started going through, and they basically said, well, we don't have the contract anymore, we don't need the repeater anymore, we don't want to pay to get it programmed, we'll get rid of it. It was one of those, like, it had been kind of bought and paid for and depreciated through the life of that contract, so to them it was basically an expensive piece of junk, and I said, well, hey, that thing's got some value to me, so I'll take it. So it was definitely a lucky find on my end. But with that, I'll probably make this my last one, because the smallest one's video just ended, and I need to try to convince him to go to sleep. Well, second smallest one, and the baby has stirred a couple times, so I probably need to get some people more permanently tucked into their beds. But yeah, Phoebe, feel free to shoot me an email or something. My contact info is good on QRZ. If you need help setting anything up as you're getting rolling there, or if there's some basic equipment you have, there's enough of us in the area that have accumulated stuff that we could probably help you out if you need to get something more permanent up on the roof. So feel free to drop an email. But with that, I'll be clear, and you can check me out for this evening. N3 VEM.
All right, N3VEMKJ7OMO are returning. Well, you have yourself a wonderful night, and thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we shall say 7-3s, and we'll see you next time. Alrighty, folks, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have anybody else out there wishing to join us and check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, she, her, and I will be standing by for more check-ins to the net. Alright, do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in at this time? Alright, hearing nothing but crickets, let's toss it back up to Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. Yep, I'm now on Yaesu System Fusion, the in mode, via Reflector 50535, which I've got to rename to AU Pride at some stage.
That's still got its original name for when I was a standalone system, just experimenting with multi-mode operation. He's going through a different hotspot at the other end of the house. Yeah, that's one of the 3 hotspot devices up and running. Yeah, someone mentioned the Raspberry Pi as a repeater controller. That works. You can use All-Star, you can use the Link Box. Use Debian board and software with Pi for the digital or analog/digital repeater. All my systems based on the Pi, except the IRLP node's going to go back to a PC. When I rebuild that, it was on an embedded PC. I tried to put it on a Pi, but yeah, it's not going to do one on a Pi, so it's going to do a PC. So yeah. Anyway, for those that are wondering what modes we're on, a sample of the different modes we can use. And on a point of interest, I can also hear a hotspot from a nearby ham. I know who it is. He gave me the frequency, and I wasn't able to get into it, but it's active, and I was hearing it before I put the radio back on my frequency. So if he tunes around, he'll hear the ProdNet from one of my systems. Anyway, yeah, and as for repeaters, yeah, mine last incarnation had Nikon as a receiver and a Kenwood as a transmitter. I do eventually want to move the Kenwood to receive, and I have a Motorola to relate it as the transmitter, which should give me some better modulation. The Kenwood's been a bit iffy, so yeah, I'd like to have the Motorola transmitting for the repeater. It should work a lot better. Anyway, KJ7RMO, the group VK3JD, mate, I'll be...
Alright, VK3JED KJ7OMO returning, sounding pretty good on narrowband fusion. You gotta try wideband fusion on my wideband fusion reflector. Hi. Anyways, Kilo Echo 8 Papa Hotel Lima. We'll toss it back to you. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar.
Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima. I just checked in on 442 with my Baofeng and my Baofeng with the UV5R with an Abri antenna and a homemade rat tail, and I thought I caught a little bit of when Kimberly was talking, but I'm not sure. I don't know. It was like there's a lot of noise, but I think she came in a little bit, so it's really exciting. Other than that, I got nothing. That's just pretty cool. Back to you, Nat.
Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Oh, wow, that is awesome. So, from your part of Ohio, you're also able to hit November 3 Victor Echo Mike's repeater. That is freaking awesome. That means with an external antenna, you might be able to have a better chance at hitting that repeater. Oh, wow, that is awesome. That repeater has some great coverage. It really does, and we're glad to have it on board for the for 3 days of the week that it's on. And of course, anytime on demand if anyone near Of course, anytime on demand by simply punching in some DTMF commands that are publicly available. Anyways, November 4, November Yankee X-Ray, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Over to you.
I can't say that I know what to add on this round. Was going to go ahead and look up some towns on Google Earth and see what sense I can make of it. We'll toss that back up to net control here. This is N4NYX.
Alright, N4NYX KJ7 OMO returning. Not a problem. Kilo Golf 6 Golf Foxtrot Quebec, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss it over to you.
This is Kilo Golf Golf. Quebec. I'm going to pass again, but thank you. Back to net control.
Not a problem. We'll toss it over to Kilo Charlie 3, Victor India Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
KC3BIU. I just wanted to say I'm very grateful that for the net and to all the folks out there. I've always known that hams are generous, and I think I fit well into that group in that way. And but to be a member of the community or an ally, it just. I mean, I'm just sitting here, lying down on my bed and talking to the net, and just feeling the warmth and the love and everything. So I'm glad that this group exists, and just glowing. Probably like my antenna would be when I transmit. So I'm back to net control. Thank you.
KC3VIU, KJ7, OMO returning. Well, if you could see into those frequencies, then yeah, you would definitely see the antennas glowing nice and bright. Hi. But yeah, if any of you are interested in joining the group, there's no cost to join. Just head on over to prideradio.group. That is prideradio.group. And if you have Discord, you'll be able to get right on in and hang out with us on Discord and have a lot of fun. That is prideradio.group once again. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have some more folks out there. All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, she, her, and we'll be taking more check-ins for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. Please come now with your call signs. Alrighty, do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in at this time? Alrighty, I am hearing crickets at this time. Of course, there are additional ways you can check in. If you're not able to check in via the air, you may also check in via NetLogger, Mastodon, Twitter, via my email. I'm good on QRZ. Just look me up on QRZ and click on my email, and you can also check in that way as well. And yeah, we'll go ahead and toss it back up to the top. VK3JED KJ7OMO.
Yeah, and I'm back on All-Star after doing a little round of the modes. I've got to get my chargers out. The radios are starting to get a bit low on battery. Not that I've used them a huge amount, but enough. And it's been a few weeks, so yeah, I'll have to get the chargers out and get them all happening. So yeah, that's the next job to do in the shack after the net. So I can keep the radios running. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go back to Droidstar full time. But yeah, how like that repeaters, Vance has got doing quite a good job. Won't quite make this far though, but I'm having fun listening to the neighbouring hams hotspot on Fusion, just a few hundred kilohertz down from mine. He's on some Reg 2 net over there in the States by the sound of it. So yeah, I'll have to do some hunting around. I tried to access it, but yeah, I couldn't tell that I was getting in, but I can certainly hear it fine. So something to play with. Yeah, we're likely to be able to get into each other's hotspots. So yeah, we know each other. In fact, he's a school. So I knew him as a kid or as a teenager as well. Anyway, and here we are bumping into each other again many, many years later. Sometimes it can be a very small world. KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
VK3JED KJ7OMO returning. That's quite amazing that you bumped into somebody from your childhood and they happen to be a ham just like you now, and they're letting you on their hotspot. That is pretty cool. Being able to access each other's hotspots. I haven't found somebody else's hotspot yet, but who knows? If I keep scanning around, I might. Alright. Kilo Echo 8, Papa, Hotel Lima. We'll toss it back to you. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Ooh, swallowed my saliva the wrong way. Yikes. Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima. I think it's going to be my last one for tonight. But this was a really cool experience, just like through and through, and I'm definitely feeling the love in here, and I love y'all, and it was just a really good time. I will definitely be here next week, and yeah, that's about it. So everybody have a good night, day, whatever's ahead of you in whatever part of the world you're in, and take care. I'll try to join some more nets, or you can also hit me up on Mastodon anytime. And yeah, we'll see y'all. Good night. Kilo Echo 8, Papa Hotel Lima, out.
Alright, Kilo Echo A, Papa Hotel Lima, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Alright, well, we're glad that you've enjoyed your experience here, and we look forward to hearing you on the next net. Yeah, don't be a stranger. You can stop by anytime, regardless if there's a net or not, and see who's out there on the network. And if you happen to have access to Discord, then you can also join us there for even more fun. Anyways, 7-3 to you, and thanks for hanging out with us. Alright, we're going to toss it over to November 4, November Yankee X-Ray, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
This is N4NYX, I suppose. Bit of a topic change, but one of these days I need to actually start using my QRP portable rig here at the house and just familiarize myself with it. Definitely love my base rig, but if I get out into the field and don't know how to use the QRP rig, then, well, that's my bad. Just filling in some time as the net winds down here, but that's what I'll throw out there. This is N4NYX, back to net control.
N4NYXKJ7OMO returning. Yes, definitely a good idea to learn all of your radios and that way, you'll be ready. Whenever you need to use those radios, you'll be ready to use them. And who knows? Perhaps I might. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what's going on, but if not too much is going on after the net, I might hop on HF and have a little fun before I hit the sack. Anyways, we'll toss the mic back to Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot, Quebec, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
This is KG6GFQ. I wish I could get on HF and play around with that a bit, but that's outside of my radio capabilities for the time being. A QRP rig sounds like it would be a lot of fun. I travel a lot by bicycle, and so that seems like it would fit together well, but right now, just getting back into ham radio and can't quite justify it yet. Anyway, back to net control. This is KG6GFQ.
KG6GFQ, KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, I hear you there. HF rigs are expensive. Although on rare occasions you might luck out and a ham might just give you one for free. Like what happened to me, a few years ago. I was given an old 1979 rig for free. I just had to pay shipping, and that's still a rig that I use to this day. So yeah, you never know what you might get. And not only that, but there is also remote ham radio. That's right. You could remote control somebody's ham radio shack and get on HF that way. Let me reset real quick and I'll get you the information. Alright, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Yeah, if you check out remotehams.com, remote hams with a Sierra at the end of it.com, remotehams.com, and create yourself an account, and then upload your official copy of your license to them. And once you do all that, download the RC4 client to your computer, and you could log into that and connect to different stations out there and be able to remote control them and have a lot of fun. Now, the majority of the stations out there require club membership, and they don't really let new folks in unless they meet certain criteria. But there are a few stations out there that are free and open to the public. Anybody can come in, request transmit permissions, and once those permissions are granted, boom, you're ready to go, and you could transmit to your heart's content on HF remotely from the comfort of your workstation or couch or whatever that is that you play with your computer on. And I believe a phone app is available as well. And of course, if you want to go the paid route, there's always Remote Ham Radio something. I forget what they're called, but remotehams.com is the better one because it's free and you don't have to pay a single dime for it. And occasionally I will put my station up on remotehams.com and let folks use it. Not always, but once in a while I will put my station up. Alright, let's see who else is next. Kilo Charlie 3 Victor India Uniform. It looks like you're next. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar.
KC3VIU. Yeah, this is Phoebe. I just wanted to say one thing as a part of my being on this net. It's like I've been on a few different nets before, but I want to pay respects to an old family friend. He was more a friend of my dad's, but definitely got me interested in the hobby. His name is Dick Warren.
Alright, KC3VIU, KJ7OMO returning. Alright, well, you said the name and then you cut out. Was there anything else you wanted to add, or were you finished with your transmission?
KC3VIU, yeah, sorry about that. I didn't realize the app would do that when I tasked out momentarily. Yeah, I was looking for his call sign, but I can't find it. He was from the Somerset area of Pennsylvania, and a really great guy. He brought me a lot of information, showed me a lot of his gear. In fact, I know he was active with the groups out there until I think about 2017 when he passed. I certainly want to give a shout out to him. Sort of beyond that I'm grateful for his help. I'll be clear on this one, KC3VIU.
Alrighty. Well, your shout out is acknowledged, and yeah, we're glad that that person was able to help you get started, and I wasn't quite sure because I was having a difficult time hearing, but I believe you said that the ham that helped you out is a silent key. So if that's the case, my condolences to to them and all of their families, and also those associated with that person. Already, we're at the bottom of the list, so, let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, pronouns are she, her, and I'll be standing by for more check-ins to the net. Come on, people, don't be shy. Pick up your mics and say hi. And spit out your call signs, of course. Hi, hi. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in at this time? Let's go ahead and shake that tree really hard and see who drops down from it. Alright, I think it's time to dig out the Tree Shaker Ultimate 9000 and shake some more trees on the next go-around and see who drops down from them. Hi, hi. VK3, JED, KJ7OMO, back to you.
Yeah, I think we're sort of getting to that time of day. It's been a good net though, and yeah, we're sort of coming up towards the 2-hour mark, not far off it. So I might make this my last. But good to hear everyone. Good to hear some new voices on the net that I haven't heard before. So yeah, we'll chat to some of you next week, I guess. And yeah, after that, I'll be a bit few and far between, but if I do pop up, I'll probably be live from some sporting event somewhere, mostly local, but a couple around the country, a couple in Melbourne on Sundays, a couple in some rural areas, and Nationals in Sydney in March will be some of the potential places I could pop up, probably on Droidster for those ones. Although Sydney, if I can get into VK2ROT, I might give that a crack. But yeah, it's all good. Looking forward to chatting soon. Good test of everything that's set up here so far, but yeah, got a lot more work to do before I'm fully operational. I might go and explore the neighbouring hotspot and maybe check in on a net over there. Who knows? Anyway, I'll say 7-3 for now, and have a good one. I'll listen this round and then sort of quietly disappear. KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
VK3JED, KJ7OMO returning. Alright, not a problem. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us as usual, and yeah, have fun, enjoy the rest of your day, and we look forward to hearing you on the net again. And we also look forward to hearing you from your future locations that you would be portable in. Alright, take care, and 7-3 again. Alright, November 4, November Yankee X-Ray, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss it back to you.
Gotta say, I'm glad that I was able to kidnap Phoebe into the net here tonight, and otherwise, figure I'll be winding down my own discussion, and unless anything else is directed at me, I might consider myself all tuckered out, and will probably count myself as checked out of the net as we come up on this 2 hours here. Back to Net Control, this is November 4, November Yankee X-Ray.
All right, Sarah. Well, you have a wonderful rest of your night, and 3373 and all the numbers, and thank you so much for hanging out with us, and thanks for dragging Phoebe into the ham radio hobby and assimilating her like the Borg. I'm only kidding. I mean, I'm cough, 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 cough. Not assimilating her. I mean, okay. I've let the Star Trek nerd out in me again. Or geek. Yeah, Star Trek geek nerd. Whatever the heck the word is. Alright, well, thanks for bringing Sarah over to the network. Alright, Kilo Golf 6, Golf Foxtrot Quebec, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss it over to you.
This is KG6GFQ. Thank you for the advice about remote hams. That is really good to know, and I'll look into that at some point soon, I think. Otherwise, I'm going to call it a night as well. Thanks to those of you who keep this net going. Wonderful that it exists, and it's nice talking to everyone. 73, and have a good night. KG6GFQ out.
Alrighty, KG6GFQ, KJ7OMO returning. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us, and I shall say 7-3, and we look forward to hearing from you next week. Kilo Charlie 3, Victor India Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, over to you.
KC3BIU. Yeah, thank you very much, Sarah, for bringing me in. And let's see, wait a minute, I'm getting an incoming transmission here. Oh, wait. You will surrender your biological distinctiveness to us. We are the ham. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Hi. So, yeah, I'm grateful that I was encouraged to take the second test and pass it. So, general class, and then extra, here I come. So, 33 and 73. Clear on final.
I love that that incoming transmission. All right, KC3VIU, KJ7OMO returning. Thank you so much for stopping by. 3373 and all the numbers, and welcome to the ham radio hobby once again, and we look forward to hearing you on the next net. Alrighty, this is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, your net control station for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. Before I close this net, do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in at this time? Alrighty, folks, hearing nothing, we shall call this a wrap. I would like to thank all of you for participating and having fun on this net. I also would like to thank the Waverly Amateur Radio Society in Sydney, as well as the folks behind the VK3RBO repeater for the use of their systems to carry this net, as well as VK3JED, VK2WAY, and the rest of the Pride Radio Group for making this net and this network possible. I now return all frequencies, repeaters, and other systems back to their abnormal abuse. I mean, normal amateur use. Hi. 7-3 to all. 7-3 to everyone from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. I'll be monitoring the network for anyone who wishes to have an afternet party. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Standing by and monitoring. And for those of you who are on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll see you next time. Key 7-3, everyone, from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.